whenever I sit in the floor, especially here to film, Waylon gets like very excited and just gets like all up in the business. Well, I can't film like this, boy. I can't film like that. Hey you guys, all right, so today I'm finally doing, I don't want to say finally, because I feel like we're doing, is it just me? Like, I mean, it's not, because I feel like everyone has suddenly embraced, you know, the fact that it's cool to decorate for Christmas a little early, right? Before Thanksgiving. But like everyone's whole like judgment has just gone out the window. Like used to, I remember like I've always decorated like the day after Halloween, like it's on. Like we are bringing the stuff up and out, and you know, honestly, like my husband's the one that I have to like hold back from decorating in October because he loves it. Even September, he'd be like dying to get it all out. I don't know, I just feel like over the years, I know I can feel when it's appropriate, like not appropriate, but like when people will kind of like judge or say, oh, that's too early. And it was like this year, the day after Halloween, I have never seen so many people posting like full home, like, oh, it's completely done, it's split. And I was like, wow. So I kind of personally love that. I think that people are realizing, I think this year more than ever, that, you know, the value of how your home makes you feel, which I have been talking about for years, but I think Christmas always is just a time where I just absolutely love decorating my house. Just love getting it so nice, like for my family, and it's just so happy. And so anyways, we're gonna talk about everything. I feel like my style this year, I have done more than ever, I feel personally, but yet it's simple. I would say my style, and even like my home style, is more simple, not minimal. I think people confuse the two. I love things that I love. I love tchotchkes here and there. I love home things, but I want it to be done in like in a simple way, okay? So I'm definitely not a minimal person. I just want it to be simple. And honestly, like holiday decor, I don't think should be a chore. I've said this so many times. If you are like, I cannot do it, I just want one. There's times like when we just put up like one tiny tree and that's it. Like the year I was pregnant with Olivia, I was like, no. And then the next year I had 10 trees or whatever you want to do, garland everywhere. This year, and I think the last couple of years, you know, you kind of realize what you want to do, what you don't want to do, and it kind of changes every year. But like the last couple of years have not been into like garland. I don't want to put all that on my stairs. It is a pain. It's just too much, and it's pretty, but then sometimes I put it up and I'm like last year I put some on my chandelier in here instead of doing the stairs, and I'm kind of like, I was over that too very quickly. So, you know, just do what's nice for you. I think that I'm doing more outside than ever this year, which I did get my porch done a little bit. It's not totally done, but oh my gosh, I had the prettiest garland, and I'm gonna show you guys what that looks like too. My videos, y'all know from the beginning, so real, like I cringe, and I've said this from 13 years ago when I started. I don't like a lot of production, and here we go. I think one year I added like a sleigh bell sound effect to the beginning of the video, and when I would watch it back, I'd be like, oh, I don't know, I don't, if I see someone that does a lot of videos like that, I do not relate. I know that it's someone else doing it. I want to see what you're doing. I want to see how your home looks, that something that you just take me around, shot, like this is gonna be shot, I think, okay. Very even simpler, I think, than ever before, because there's times when I'm literally like holding out my phone, just taking you guys around. But I think it's gonna be done better, like just the quality, like, oh my, like this phone, I don't even know why I shoot with this camera. Like I think when I was like watching some stuff back, it looked good. So I'm gonna take you through and show you all the details of everything, from all the trees to what I did in the basement to just little things that I did in Olivia's room, little things that I've added in different spots of the house. I know I'll probably be like looking around the house tonight thinking like, I forgot to show that or that. But last night I even filmed a few shots at night of certain things, because this tree does like a little light show thing, and our family room's just so cozy and pretty at night. So I filmed that last night. And it's just gonna be a little bit of everything. So you guys are gonna see it all. Everything will be linked. I don't want you guys to see my, because I'm very opinionated, like, and not in saying that's what you should do or what I don't like or this. I'm talking about myself. Like, I'm very sure of like what I like. So when I'm saying like, oh, I didn't do garland this year, it doesn't mean it's bad or that I wouldn't like it. I don't think there's a right or wrong way to do Christmas decorations. I've never looked at someone's and been like, or, oh, that's too much, that's not enough. I don't care, you know what I mean? But I guess my point, and if you could take one thing away, is do what makes you happy. Decorating for Christmas does not have to be a chore. If you see, you're like, Tiffany, oh my gosh, 4 trees, 5 trees, however many trees I have, I don't know. Like I said, I did more big trees than ever this year. They take 5 minutes each to put up, you know? The ornaments were organized by, like, I knew what I was getting. Like, it was so easy. And, you know, the first night that we started setting up, brought up the trees we knew we were gonna use. This is like a big 9-foot tree. And we have 2 9-foot trees and a 7.5 foot. They all set up in like 5 minutes because you just plug once you plug each pole in, it lights it up. They're pre-lit. So yeah, if I were doing real trees, which no, that would be a giant pain in the ass. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm not lighting my trees myself. The 2 trees that I'm gonna show you, the one in the living room and in the family room, those that look a little more sparse, those are the best trees ever. I get them every year. That's so bad to say. Like 2 years ago, I got my first one, the 9-foot one, which is in the family room. Last year it was actually in our dining room. Okay, there's a whole thing. We'll get there. From like a 60% off sale after Christmas. Do you know what I mean? And then when I knew, okay, I probably need the smaller one for the dining room, and then I could use the big 9-foot one in the family room. Then I got the 7.5 foot one last year. And they just take such minimal effort to make look nice. I'm not into all the ribbon and stuff that I used to do a few years ago, which I don't know, who knows, next year I maybe. But those trees take such minimal effort to look good. This one too, this one's more full, but it's still, you don't need to do a whole lot to it. Depends on what you like your tree to look like, do whatever you want. But those, you could literally put 5 ornaments on it, it'd be beautiful, or you could fill it up with the most and it would be beautiful. I think that they show off the ornaments really well. The lights are really bright. So one thing about this one is the lights are so bright because it's so heavily flocked. That's literally like flocked over all the lights, but it's still really pretty. So I added a few more. There's 2 more trees on the other side of this one that looks like a little forest, you know, which I'll show in a second. So the right kind of tree is important, you know. Don't say, oh, well, I think if you're starting like with a real cheap looking tree, you're gonna have to put a lot more expensive and a lot more of that with it to make it look good. So I'd say like invest in a nice tree that you don't have to put a whole lot with to make it look good. You can do that certainly, but you don't have to. So we'll get to those other 2 trees, one in the family room and the one in the living room, that are kind of like that. That makes a big difference. The way that you store your stuff, which I'll kind of touch on at the end. When I'm in the basement, I'm gonna kind of like do a little thing, and so I already filmed those parts earlier, but tell you guys kind of how I organize stuff that makes it easy. You know, a lot of my ornaments come in nice boxes when I buy them, so I don't have to buy ornament boxes. Everything isn't just jumbled up. It's nice. If I know, okay, I'm doing a white tree, well, then I'll just bring up the white ornaments. Doing the blue, just bring up the blue things. It's all labeled, like zero stress. I said shortly after Halloween, we start putting our stuff up. So we'll put our trees up, and like one night we might spend 30 minutes putting up and together all of the trees. And then we'll just leave them on for a couple, I don't want to say a couple weeks, but maybe like a week, like with nothing on them, just because it's pretty. And then like maybe one night we'll be watching a movie in the family room, Olivia and I will decorate that tree together, which she had so much fun helping me decorate, especially the family room tree this year. And you know, I did the dining room one mostly by myself one night. I was just like chilling out, watching a TV show. I was like, I think I'll go do that. So don't be like, oh, I have to drag out all this stuff and decorate everything in one day. That does not work, okay? Everything like specific wise, like how I feel about centerpieces or setting a table or tchotchkes or collections, I get into in all of the other little parts where I'm actually showing. So I don't want to get, you know, I don't want to get too wordy in this part, but I just feel like I could talk all day about it, but I know we want to get to it. I will show you the porch. I filmed it last night when it was kind of lit, but in the next couple days, maybe in the next week, as we decorate outside, like with our lights and stuff, I'll update that on Instagram. So always follow me on Instagram. And then, you know, I talked about our little gingerbread house that we were making. I'll show that too when it's done. So as I kind of add a little more things or change, whatever, I'll post about stuff on Instagram. So anything that I mentioned in the video that I was gonna update on later, that's where it'll be. I'll link to what I'm wearing. I don't know if you could see, I feel like there's a giant line right here. That is why you don't fold your knits, okay? I got so many questions on, okay, calm down. This is a Christmas video, reel it in. Okay. Last week, I posted a bunch of Instagram stories of me like organizing my closet, showing, you know, things that I was doing. And I was showing like, I have tons of sweaters hanging and I'm like, I don't fold my knits. They're heavy. I've seen people that are like, only fold your knits and they have like 3. And they're like, do. No, I would have to stack up so many because I have so many, first of all, or put it in a drawer the way that I've showed you guys, the whole like Marie Kondo method of folding shirts, which is how we used to fold them when I worked at Express since the beginning of time. Okay, it's not rockets. Okay, whatever. I've been watching my videos, a lot of you. knew that okay? I'm not gonna go off on that, but I'm just saying I know how to fold stuff. But if you pull out a sweater that's a heavy knit that you wouldn't think, oh, I don't need to hang this. If it is wrinkled, if it has a crease, which it will, it's folded, you can't really do much about it. You can't steam it, you can't do much about it. And like, I don't want to steam my sweaters. I don't mind like t-shirts. You don't even have to steam them. The wrinkles will fall right out when you put them on if it does have a line or whatever. Same with like a lot of sweatshirts. Knits, no girl, that stuff, that line will be there until the end of time. Yeah, I do like to hang my knits, and this is why. Okay, there's a giant line. This is a really cute top. I'll link to that. I'll link to the little earrings that I'm wearing that come in a set. I love those. And I just want to share with you guys. I'm not trying to make a production out of this. I'm not like saying, I just want you guys, and I think y'all get that. Like I'm gonna be holding, you know, the camera. I'm gonna be talking. I'm gonna be doing things. It's just how I do. I get it. Whatever. Okay. This is gonna, you know, there's gonna be some things where like, I think in the kitchen there was like some food sitting out and like, you know, the couch wasn't just right, but it's just real life. Do you know what I mean? And this is straightened up. Hell yeah, I straightened up the house for the Christmas video. You know what I mean? But it's not so staged and produced and someone else coming in here doing it, which nothing wrong with that, but y'all know that's never been my style, and that's something that sometimes I do feel like when I start a video like this, I have to tell you like that's not what you're getting here. Okay, so anyways, y'all, I will link to everything that I can throughout the video, things that you might see and notice, and I'm so excited. I think we'll just have 2 videos on Thanksgiving week, so happy Thanksgiving. Let me rant about that for a moment, not about Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is not a holiday that you decorate for. I will bust out a turkey and put that on the table in like a turkey dish or something, but I don't have turkeys all over my house for Thanksgiving. Christmas is a season that you decorate for. There is a Christmas day, Jesus' birthday, okay? But you do not decorate for an entire season of Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is a day where you celebrate with a meal to give thanks and reminisce about the problematic story that is Thanksgiving. It's a day, okay? And people that are like, I want one holiday at a time, there's holidays all over the place, okay? We can keep them all straight. I'm just always gonna be the person that decorates for Christmas right after Halloween, okay? I wanna enjoy it. I want the mood. I want the feels, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. There was a woman that I almost like attacked, no, that's not funny, in Hobby Lobby that was talking so loud in line. I'm like, back up, like I'm hearing too much of your voice, you know what I mean? But like, I'm like, lady, read the room. Like everyone is buying Christmas stuff. It was right after they had put it out. And she's talking to her daughter like loudly so that everyone can hear it. She goes, I just don't understand. I would never decorate for Christmas before Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is a holiday that you have to celebrate before Christmas. You do not ever decorate. But it's such a faux pas, you do not. Hobby Lobby had just put out their Christmas stuff. This was probably several weeks ago. But it was after Halloween. And she was like talking so loud to her daughter. Again, I'm like, read the room. Everyone here is buying Christmas stuff. Because it's 2 separate seasons. And we spent $300 on pumpkins. $300 on pumpkins. I'm like, girl, you should have gone to Publix. If you watched my, you know, if you followed me on Instagram, I'd give you that hot tip. So your loss. What are you doing spending $300 on pumpkins? $300 on pumpkins. We have to have, like, those pumpkins have to be good. $300 on pumpkins, we have to enjoy our $300 pumpkins. So decorating for Christmas, no, I would die. I think that's so funny. I would laugh so hard if I saw people putting out stuff before Thanksgiving. I'm like, well, what are you doing? And what is in your cart? And it's like, what are you even buying right now at Hobby Lobby if you're not there hoarding up the Christmas stuff before it gets picked over? I tell you what, that woman needs to watch this video because I tell you, she's not enjoying her Christmas decorating. She's not, and I can tell. Okay, I am stopping myself right there because I'm obviously on one. This is what we have so far outside. We don't have a bunch of our lights out yet, just this pre-lit garland that I put up. It's 2 sets of 9-foot garland. I will link to it. It's so beautiful. I might put a big red bow right in the middle, kind of like the ones on the wreaths, but I'm not sure yet. I'll link to the wreaths and the separate little bows that I have in those, but this garland's so beautiful. It's battery operated, it's on a timer, it's pre-lit. It is so gorgeous. The detail is absolutely beautiful. The quality is amazing. It was so easy to hang, and these wreaths I've had on my doors for years since we've lived at the old house, but I'm just so happy with the porch so far. So I was out here last night trying to show y'all some of this stuff, but here's what these look like in the daylight. And then I wanted to show y'all a better look at this garland. It's so, so pretty. And again, like when we get the lights on everything out here, I'll probably show y'all again. And I got one more of these red bows to put up there, but honestly, I don't even know if it needs it. I just love how it's turned out. We always do a lot of red and green outside. I don't do a lot of red inside, but that's what's happening so far. I also do wreaths on every single window. On the exterior, these I've had for over 10 years. I use them in our old house. I get them from Lowe's or Home Depot. Let's head in. I just absolutely love how this turned out. This is huge. This tree turned out just beautiful, but it looks so big in here. It's a 9-foot tree, but I've had 12-foot trees before. When we first moved in, I got so excited. We put one in there, and honestly, pain in the ass. And the 9-foot tree gives off the same like visual effect. I'll just be honest with you. And it is not, they're not generally pains in the ass. So I did not put anything on the chandelier this year. I had the garland on there last year. I didn't put anything on the staircase. I just thought it would take away from the tree. And it is honestly, I hate to keep saying pain in the ass, but it was not the easiest thing or most fun thing to do. And I just don't think it looks that great, honestly. So, anyways, here's what this looks like. I have this tree done in all white and just bunches of different sizes of balls and these pretty little sprays that are from Sarah's shop. These gorgeous ones from CB2. Some that I've had over the years, old things, new things, but just kind of a mix of everything white. And then these set of three little trees. There's been some years where those have been in my kitchen or anywhere. They're just cute. And I just put some little random balls on those, although sometimes I'm like, yeah, I kind of wish I hadn't decorated those, but I think it's cute. Kind of blends it in together so it looks kind of like a little forest effect. And these down here, you guys, I'll link to the table and the balls. Okay, that was too cute. I brought it up from the basement because I was like, I think that's super cute there with all this, because I didn't have that on a table before and I thought it kind of needed something. Plus I wanted to put these balls out. I got these balls a few years ago, never put batteries in them, never lit them up. I'll show you guys what this looks like at night. It's so much prettier at night, I feel. And they're just cute. They're just pretty. They light up, they glow. You can mix pretty things under your tree with your gifts, and you know, I'll start putting some gifts under there. And then the tree topper, I can't wait to show you guys what this does at night. It's so funny. But yeah, Olivia and I found that the other day and I was like, oh my gosh, we have to. It does like a whole snowy like light show on the ceiling, and she has really enjoyed that. But it's a beautiful tree topper, you know, but at night it gets kind of fun and cheesy. And so then we're back here. Let me show you a few things that I added in the powder room, which I don't know, like I'm not the type that's like putting like trees and all kinds of stuff in a powder room. I honestly thought about like lighting those, and then I was like, no, just stop, girl. But these are cute. They light up at night. They kind of like shine little dots on the ceiling and the walls. And they just reflect. You can kind of, I mean, it's so bright in here right now. Like I don't have a light on in here. It's just the windows, and you can see how they're still kind of reflecting. But at night, they just light up the whole room, and really super cute. So just easy things, you know. Here's what these look like at night. I wanted to show y'all what those balls look like lit up at night. They're so pretty. And then the trees, those lights are a little different, but it's pretty. But y'all, this is really fun. I think if I put the tree kind of more toward like the middle of the room, it would be cool, but I didn't want it. I kind of wanted it to be centered like with this wall. You know what I mean? You saw the ornaments more up close and stuff earlier, but it's just so fun. I don't know. I just thought that was really cool. And that is a lot of space in between there. And they were kind of showing it working like right at a ceiling, you know, like just a tree that's like a foot or so from the ceiling. But I think it's kind of cooler if you've got a bigger room where it's kind of, you know, so I think that's kind of fun. All right, y'all, so I wanted to show y'all what this looks like at night, because I think this room is so pretty at night with the lights and everything. I kept most everything pretty simple. I didn't add anything super Christmassy other than the tree and the garland. I like garland in here on the mantle. I just love garland on a mantle, but I kept this table pretty much the same as it always is. And I'll link to these things that you see, the table and the lamps and stuff. And then this is what everything looks like over here. I'll show you guys the tree first. And it's cool tonight, so we've got a little fire. It's nice. The stockings are actually new. I think I got all of them for $10 and they were just like an Amazon find. So I just wanted something a little different this year, but I didn't want to spend a fortune. And Brad's mom made those little stocking tags for us last year, which I really love. And then the garland is from a few years ago from Frontgate. I'll link to one that's really similar. Frontgate stuff, and the garland really is my favorite. That's the kind that we have on the front porch that you'll see too. I'll link to these little candle holders. And what I did is I clipped the ornaments out of this because it had like stuff that was already in it and they were purple. So I just thought, you know, I don't think I'm gonna do that again, but I saved the ornaments just in case. But I wove these little, you know, these little woolly ball garland through, and then this is garland with balls on it. So you can just kind of like, you know, put that in, and it looks like, I mean, it's just so easy. It looks like you've put so many in there. So I'll link to these little candle holders, like I said, and these little LED tea lights, which I think are really nice. I don't like battery powered candles, but sometimes in certain spots like that, you don't want a real flame, and those kind of just lightly move and flicker. And I will link to some stuff that you can see on this table. This is a really good candle. I just lit it for the first time. It's peach, and it's so pretty. So I think they've done such a good job with some of their candles this year. They're really pretty. And then a little $20 art. And what else? Okay, so the tree. I love this tree so much. It's the one that was in the dining room last year. It's a 9-foot tree. It's very, very large and pretty. And I put all of our, you know, like sentimental ornaments on it. Livy's little Christmas list ornaments, things that she's made, little snowflakes that we collect every year. You know, her little baby ornament. I think there's like Brad and I's first Christmas. I don't know where that one is, somewhere on here. But I wanted to do like pretty blush tones and gold and this pretty green. And I just think these trees show off ornaments so pretty. That's an LED tree topper, really pretty. And then these are some of the ones that I got from Sarah. And I don't think these trees look good with a ton of ribbon and a ton of stuff in them. So they just really don't need much at all to look pretty. But I got these last year, and they're just like pretty drapey garland. Like some of it, you know, just kind of ends and it's okay. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to be so careful with it, but it almost looks like pretty jewelry. And yeah, so I love how this room turned out this year. It's so cozy and comfy, and that's that. So I do feel like the family room is so much prettier at night, but just a few little looks at it during the day. I didn't turn the garland on, but it's so pretty. And I mean, everything has just gotten so prettier outside, so I feel like the view's so nice soon. I feel like this is kind of like a decor update thing too, but we have to replace all those windows. We're thinking about making that another room upstairs, doing like a pretty coffered ceiling. I've been wanting to do that for years, but when we replace these lower windows, we have to replace those upstairs too, just obviously like for code and stuff, like for an upstairs room too. But I want to do, I think, like something totally different there, like black windows. I think would be pretty, just like very simple. But I don't know, but that's how the room is looking today. I hope this is okay, like with the front view. I just don't want to, I want you to see me, like, I don't know, and I probably look like way too close up and crazy. But I just think it's easier. Okay, so let's spin around. Don't look at my messy laundry room. You're like, pause that and look. This is what the kitchen is looking like. I will turn this around because for the kitchen, Oh, there's like salsa sitting over there. So yeah, the kitchen I kept pretty simple. Again, like I don't know. The wreath was really easy to hang over there. I just used a command hook. I'll show that closer. We'll go to the back porch in a second. That sign I leave up all year. I will link to that. This is my centerpiece that I do every year. I don't like a bunch of like centerpieces that don't make any sense. Should have probably let my candles in the video to get fancy, but I didn't. But I like this because it's actually, you know, you can just grab these and eat them. So, and I like to be able to move it, you know, if I want to, I can, you know, move it over there, whatever, but we're going to put the gingerbread house over there. Little trees, but I've got all this stuff to make a gingerbread house. Hot tip, gingerbread house, make it with Pop-Tart, frosted ones. Think about it. Just makes sense, right? Why is that stupid sticker there? So I can't show you guys. But I've got all of these cutesy little things at Target. Isn't that sweet? It's like the little doors and everything already made. I think that'll be cute. But yeah, so this is that wreath from Target that they've had for a while that I have kind of resisted getting every year. And a friend of mine actually got several of them and put them on the windows inside of her house. And it was really cute. Little bells under it. And oh, something else that I set out over here. This I got last year at Target too. I don't know if they still have it. It's the best cookie cutter ever. But like this is just stuff that's always out. But then you just throw the cookie cutter. Just, you know what I mean? Just set up the easy trees. And yeah, maybe in the next like week or so when we make this, I'll post a picture of it on Instagram. But I just felt like it was too early to put that out. Yeah, my fridge is an actual fridge, okay? Like, yes, I have pictures and stuff, and it's not staged. Obviously, here's my salsa. No, the salsa's sitting out because Brad went to the store, and I was like, you have to get this. Like, it's because it's empty, but I was like, don't throw it away because you have to get more of this. Let me just show you. If you go to Target, oh my gosh, this is the best ever. I've showed you guys the other one that I like. I'm not showing you in my fridge. Like, what are you nuts? This one, the jalapeno salsa, so good. And the one that says Serrano, it's a little spicier. And like, oh, so cute. This one is something I wouldn't have normally gone for. Holy goodness, it is the best thing you will ever put in your mouth. It would be so good, like even on like fish tacos. I think I might make fish tacos tonight. I told him to bring me like 3 of those. Like, no kidding, that's how good it is. And they're like a little messy. It's not messy. I hate it when people are like, oh, there's something sitting out. It's messy. I'm guilty of it. Whatever. It's my computer. I have my little guy that I sit out every year. And then up there, some little nutcrackers. Olivia made that one on the right. But I thought, what a cute little spot to like collect some stuff. And then nothing else up there. But I just think that added something really cute to the kitchen. And then moving on in here, you guys have seen a lot of this on, you know, on Instagram and stuff. I've shown this room, and this has always been my favorite tree. It's always in these shades of blue, which kind of came about from my curtains. It's just like my favorite color. And then I've had these pillows that match the curtains for years. I had a friend come over the other day and she was like, oh my gosh, you've changed everything. And I was like, no, like I've had this table for 3 years. Like all this stuff is the same. It's just literally, I got new chairs. So I'll link to those too. I do have this light that I'm contemplating putting there. Not because I don't like that, but because I love that one so much. I got such a good deal on it that I couldn't pass it up, but I don't know what I want to do. So, okay, whatever. But anyways, here's what this looks like. I'll back up and show the living room through to here in just a second. Show you guys the living room, but we'll look at this first. Okay, I lit the candles because they're so much prettier lit, but I want to show you all the little details of everything in here. First of all, when you have like, you know, a collection of something, I have these little trees from last year that I love. I have so many other little glittery ones like that, but I didn't put them out this year. I got some of these. I will link to these. They come in a set, or you can buy them separately. I got these on the dollar spot at Target. This is the little candle that is, I still have 2 of them. That's the lid to this one. And I told you guys, you know, buy a set of 2 so that when you set it up like this, it's cute. Do you know what I mean? And then when this one burns out, you know, in the next couple years, the next year, whatever, then you can put the lid on that one, start burning that one. And yeah, and then I'm mixing things that I have already. Like that's not a Christmas candle, but I love the look of that in here because I feel like that's kind of the vibe of this room. It's kind of that like pretty bluey color, a little like iridescent, kind of pretty like glass and pretty stuff. Anyway, so I love that. I think if you've got a collection, and then my candlesticks that I always have, if you've got a collection of something, do it all together. These are good candlesticks. These are the ones that are the, I shouldn't want to take them out till I do them, but you know, they're the LED ones as well. I normally have real ones in here, but I used to have these candlesticks on the coffee table, and with a dog, with a child, don't, you know, mess around with that. But anyways, so I just left them in there. But I'll link to some of the things on this table. You know, if you've got a collection of something, like I said, put them in a group rather than just sprinkling these old trees all over the house. Just put them in a big group. And I usually do garland on this table, but I just, like I've said, just was not about that this year. I'll go to the tree in a second. The table is not a Christmassy place setting craziness. I've said that before. It's just not my thing. It's not my favorite thing to have like a bunch of stuff on the table that you're not using. I want to actually be able to set the table when we eat and not have to rewash all the dishes and do all that. But I have some candles in here. That's balsam and firewood, and I think that one's the marshmallow fireside. But, you know, just things that you can actually use. I don't know. I just don't like fake centerpieces of, I mean, I like tchotchkes, okay? I'm not like, oh, I don't like stuff. I don't know. I like it to make sense. So this is the tree. I will link to the topper. I'll link to the tree. I know I've talked about these trees a little bit already in the video, but they are just gorgeous. This is the one that is new. So it's the 7.5 foot. Last year I had the 9 foot one in here, which is actually a 10-foot one, and it was bent on the top because of the ceiling. So that's the one that's in the family room. Those are huge. But anyways, this is what this looks like. A really cute tree skirt from Target I grabbed last year. These boxes are the best. They are not just for show, but they are wonderful to have to put under trees. And then, you know, as the month goes on, you've bought gifts and stuff, put the gifts in them. It's like so easy and not fussy. But look how beautiful they are. They look fussy, but they're not. You know what I mean? Like so much easier than wrapping gifts and doing all that. And these, I talked about a lot of these on Instagram here and there. I'll link to some of these, all of these different ones that I like. Some of these are old and a few of these are new. I grabbed this beautiful set from CB2. I could not even believe, when I saw these, I was like, oh my gosh, this is the color of, you know, of my ornaments that I like to use. So I grabbed those and I kept it pretty simple. I put some little icicles on it, these hanging ones that I've had for years, a few little, is it glass icicles and stuff. But I just love this tree. I think it's so pretty and just makes me so happy. The colors are just beautiful. And I'll show you this. Yeah, Waylon's food is in the dining room. I have a whole thing about bar carts and how like I like to use the bar cart either as a legit bar cart or as an end table. I hate sitting glasses out, and yet here I am because I love these so much. I have my glasses in here, a lot of my glassware, like those pretty, what are they called? Like the champagne coupes, and probably not how I pronounce it. I have my great aunt's like old ones over there, and like really pretty, lights out, stuff over there. But I just could not put these away because they match the dining room, and I just like them. So here I am. I need an old lady china cabinet. I've always dreamt about like having someone build in something right here that's like glass with like a little, I don't know, but I don't think I need that. But anyways, I just put my grandma's tea set here, which I don't use, but it's just pretty. And that goes with that. I brought that up from the basement because I just thought this bottle is pretty. And yeah, gross, okay? Gross. I'll say it myself, freaking gross. Okay. So in my living room, I want to show you guys some things I did in here. I kept it very simple because it's open to the dining room. I don't need, you know, I just didn't want to go too overboard. I thought about putting some garland over that mirror because I saw a really cute picture in some catalog where someone had done that, and then I was like, it's just too much. I don't know. I was going to remove those because those are kind of like my fall decor, whatever. I don't like to decorate with fall-y stuff, but that was kind of it. And then I just didn't want to remove those either because they're cute.
I grabbed that wreath. I'll link to that, and I think it's so pretty. I might just keep it up year round because it's so cute. I put some candy in my little candy dishes, which I don't even think is necessary because they're so pretty, but why not? It's a candy dish. And then over here, I have my grandma's little nativity that I always used to love when I was a kid. It's just very simple and cute and just easy to put out, but it's just so special and I love it. So that's happening over here. Okay, this was something that I was pretty like excited about. So if you saw my Instagram story, I kind of mentioned this. On that tree over there, I have a few little sparkly ornaments that look like that I got years and years ago that I always wanted more of, and I always put them on that tree. They hang off the branches so beautifully, but I could never find any similar ones. So my friend Sarah did her holiday collection this year, which I'll link to that. Like, you know, I'll link to everything that you see. Just I keep saying that, but I know I'll get questions. She had these, and I was like, oh my gosh. So I got a lot of them, and I think there's one on that tree, you can kind of see. But I started thinking, like, how cool would it be to hang them from that? That's gonna be something that I'm gonna hate to take down too, but I don't wanna look like a psycho. I will have to remove that because that is kind of Christmassy. But I thought, how pretty. So I just hung it from the inside part of it with some string, and it's really pretty at night. It's just easy. You don't have to have a big Christmas tree in every room for it to be festive, although there kind of is one. But you feel me, right? So I love how this room is looking. What is Waylon doing? And then let's swing around. Let me move I'm gonna film in here in a second, so I've got my lights and everything. Oh, let me show you this. This is cute. This is a vase. Oh, actually, I think I talked about this in a video recently, but I used it as a candle holder, and I put a big, one of those Illumi or whatever, the tree, which smells so good. It's a very good tree scent that doesn't smell like a lot of other things. And as it burns down at night, it looks like a lamp. I don't know if you can barely see the glow, but it's really, really pretty. So kind of a cute little idea for your candles. Gosh, my camellias look so pretty. We put these pretty lights out here, and it is gorgeous at night. They're on like a remote. It's pretty cool. And then, yeah, I don't know. We keep our furniture covered and stuff, so I don't have anything major happening out there, but we've definitely been enjoying that a lot more than usual. Let's head to the porch. There's like toys everywhere on the ground. Okay, whatever. So where's the Christmas stuff? What did I even do out here? I did these two wreaths, which are also from Target. They're really cute. I'll show a close-up of those in a second. It's the same little bistro table. I've had that forever. Grabbed that at the front gate outlet. These are from Target. Everyone always asks about these chairs. They came in a set. They are from Target. They are really, really nice. I've had those for a while. I still have them. Geez, I'm like falling over all these toys. And then that tree is the little one that was in my foyer for years that was pre-lit, and the lights finally went out. And so I got these other little lights, which are so pretty. These are so nice. They show up so beautifully. I need to prune my hydrangeas need to be pruned. They are looking real rough. But here's sort of a closer look of this. It has like some blue berries that are kind of frosted looking, and then these kind of like droopy looking sad bows, but they're cute. And I've never hung anything on these posts before, but I think it looks really nice. And then I didn't put anything major over there. I've got like some furniture covers over there and some like logs for the fire pit. I need to like majorly, so yeah, I could straighten that, but I didn't. And that little table that used to be behind the couch that I haven't really like styled or whatever. I didn't put, like I said, I could have like gone nuts with holiday stuff out here, but you know, I just want to keep it simple. This is what it always looks like. I just want, you know, besides those three things, but like, you know, I don't want to make it hard for myself when the season ends, you know. I don't want to be like hating life, taking all of the scrap down. So it's nice to come out here and have a few things and not feel, you know. And then here's a better look at the patio. And yeah, I miss the pool. I feel like it's too quiet out here when the pool's off or when the pool's closed. But that's what's going on out here. That tree, I don't know if you can see it, with a few little red leaves, is a dogwood. And the first year we moved here, we lit it. Like Brad put a ton of lights in it, and it was such a pain. But we didn't do it ever again, and now he's like, I really want to do that again, so I cannot wait. We're probably gonna do that in the next couple days because we're still working on our outside lights, but he's gonna light that tree and it'll be sparkly and pretty, so I think that'll be so nice out here. So follow me on Instagram, and as we do the outside stuff, I will share that with you guys too. All right, so heading into Olivia's room, I want to show you that tree, but I added a few little things in her bathroom. It's just easy little things that you can just plop down. Those, I think, were the very first Christmas things I ever bought when Brad and I first got married, and I didn't put anything on our little counters this year, but super cute. It just kind of adds a little something. You can just put something quick like that in a bathroom, and it's like done. But this year we did her little tree again. She wanted rainbow lights, and she liked this one a couple years ago. Last year we did the big one over there, and it was just too much. I want something that she can, you know, really get down and look at and decorate herself, and they're all the little ornaments that she likes to get down and play with and, you know, look at them. And this was the one she picked out. This, actually, she got this one and that one. We always go to Hallmark and I let her pick out a few little things every year. And just a little ribbon on top that I tied, and a little sweet little sweatery tree skirt. I did hang her little new mirror over there. And then I haven't shown you guys her closet yet because it's not done. We've got to get shelves for above the rods, and then a few shelves at the top of in there, and the ones up top. But I added these little trees that we grabbed at, where are these from? Hobby Lobby. She found those and thought they were so cute. And then this little guy, I just thought he was so charming, like something from like the 50s or the 60s, like with those little tinsel around his neck. I just thought he was so cute. That would be cute like anywhere in the house. I just think he's so sweet, but she really loved that. And I don't know, I think these are really fun. So stick that like on your kids, you know, like end tables or nightstands, whatever, in their room, and it's just a little something fun. I didn't really do anything in the rest of her room. Waylon sleeps in here, so his little bed's over there. And that's it in here, in her little tree that she's so proud of. All right, so let's go to the basement. It's always kind of hard to get good videos in here because it's like so dark. But I put a little bow on our little sconce going downstairs. I love this little light. We've had this for a while. When we first moved in, there was literally just like a bulb there, and I found this at, I think, the Ballard outlet. But anyways, I made this little bow. I just tied it with some of my favorite ribbon. This is a ribbon that I tucked into the tree a few years ago, but I always save the pieces. You know, it's just kind of cute. All right, so going down. All right, so here is what the basement is looking like this year. I was this close to putting a tree there like we've done in some years past, but I was like, no, I just wasn't feeling it. But have this table that I got when we first moved in. I was going to use it as a bar, and I did for a while. And then when we made the big room to the left, you know, like a TV room and kind of like, you know, a room like Brad has his, you know, like kind of Brad's like office, all that. We used this under the big TV because he needed something just to sit the TV on temporarily, and it just never came back in here. We used my grandma's table in here for a while. I've got to get some more bar stools for it, but it is just so perfect right here. I like having a table like this in the basement, and then we got this really pretty bar. I always say that I want to do something different down here, and then I go back and forth. Like with the paint, I thought like just a really dark, like lacquer, just all the same color, because the molding is really pretty down here. I think it would be pretty, but then I'm just kind of like, it doesn't bother me too bad. I didn't really do much in the bar. It's just kind of, you know, I put a little, like this little thing, I just threw it over. It's like a little candle holder, but it's kind of cute, like a little wreath for bottles. I want to get more of these clear pegs and do another row, and then kind of square in that little thing with more of the rows. So I think I'm gonna do that at some point soon, but I put the little wreath there. This bar is really nice. There's so much storage, but I haven't done anything with it yet. So swinging around to the other side of the room, I have my little pillows that I put out every year. And then over here, I put a little bit more of that garland. This is the same ball garland that was in the garland on the mantle, but it's in silver, and it's so pretty in a bowl like that. And out this window, this is always such a weird window. Like I like if I have a big, like a window like this, to put another panel in the middle, but I can never do that because there's a ledge and it just looks goofy. And I like you know, I like the little lamps there. And out that window, it's really just like, there's some pretty azaleas, but then it's like the pool pump and the heater and all that. And it's just like looking out at a bunch of nothing. So you know, why not like put something pretty on there? Like, I don't like blocking windows and stuff if it's like one of your only windows, but I just thought that was pretty. I don't know, it's better than looking at a big like brown, you know, window casing all the time. And I stuck a little tree in the corner, just very simple. So to update you a little bit about, like I said, I want to do maybe a few different things down here, but in that room to the left that I did not show, that's probably the biggest room in the basement. It's kind of a wreck right now. Our TV went out upstairs in the family room a few weeks ago, and so Brad moved this like 80-inch TV that we had down here upstairs, and I was like, there's no way this is gonna stay here. Like, I don't want some ginormo TV in the family room like hanging off the mantle. And it actually looked good. Like the family room, like that room just like swallowed it up. And so I'm like, okay, well that's fine, but now I need, you know, we need to get another one down here because we had that down here. There's another, like, you know, there's a nice sectional. He's got his desk. He's got this huge room right there. But then through the back, there's another room, which is like a media room or like a theater. And, you know, we have the screen and the projector and the whole setup. We had theater chairs. It has like levels and stuff. I'll be honest with you, we've used it maybe 2 or 3 times in the 7, 8 years. I don't even know how long we've lived here, 7 years that we've lived here. You know, early this year, we were like, okay, you know, just assessing like how we want our house to be and like, you know, work for us. And I think as everybody is, you know, staying home more this year and stuff and not going to a gym, which we don't. I mean, we have space, we've always like gym equipment here, but we've never had like, it's always been kind of like this unfinished room, or, you know, it's just been kind of in a corner of this big room over there. And so I'm like, we don't ever use that. I'm over it. I think that's so dumb. If we're going to watch a movie down here, we're going to sit on the comfortable sectional and watch what was the 80-inch TV. You know what I'm saying? Which is downstairs. So he's like, oh, I can get something even bigger for down there now. So now he's going to get, I guess, the TV for down here again. So we took down all the theater equipment, got rid of the chairs several months ago, gave those to a family member that wanted them in their basement, and made that into a gym. And so that has functioned so much nicer for us. And then through the back of that, this door that was kind of like behind the screen where the screen used to be. And that's where I store all of my holiday stuff. So talking about like storing stuff and things like that, just to kind of like wrap this up, that's kind of how like I see, okay, if that room gets too full, then I need to get rid of some stuff. Do you know what I mean? Or, you know, I just try to keep like, sorry, I don't have anywhere to sit my phone as I'm filming here. I told you this is like keeping it real holiday video, okay? So yeah, talking about like just making everything easier, storage, because I did want to address that. Get a spot that's, you know, easy for you to kind of, you know, like even I think at our last house we had it in the attic, and, you know, have it stacked, you know, try to stack your stuff back nicely where you can see it, where you can read the labels on them, so that the next year you're not breaking your back, dragging all the stuff up or down or whatever, and then figuring out what you need. Like, that's like this year I knew I wasn't going to use those blue and white, you know, ornaments or certain ornaments, so I didn't bring them up, or certain, you know, there's an extra tree, and I was like, I'm not going to haul that up, but I wouldn't have known what it was, you know. And so just label all your stuff really nicely, put it back nicely, have that be kind of a part of the whole thing. So yeah, I feel like kind of like this next year, I say that every time I ever show you all the basement, but it's like, I'm always it's gonna be such a big deal to do this whole thing that I'm like, I just put it off, you know, because obviously you have to have someone do it. Like I can't paint it myself, but like, it's just a lot to think about. And I'm like, I don't know what color I'd want to do. I thought about doing a really fun color or something really deep and cool, but I kind of just wanted to do like a dark, like not jet black, but like a brownish black or like a charcoaly black. I don't know. Just like lacquer the whole thing. I think that would be so cool. But yeah, then I'm looking into this other room. It's just such a mess. Like there's just so much that we have to, it's just like torn apart. So when you see this room, it's like, this is like the only part of the basement that's not completely destroyed. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I hope when I watch this back, I'm not like, oh my gosh, I've never filmed like this before, just like holding my phone out for an actual like YouTube video, unless I'm like vlogging, which I guess that's what this is. Or like on Instagram when you're like heavily filtered, which this is not. Just be kind. I'm completely joking, I don't care. But I'll link to everything that you saw. Thank you guys so much for watching. These are so fun to do every year. And I hope that I answered your questions. I hope that I helped you guys feel a little less overwhelmed and just more confident in like how you want to decorate for the holidays. And yeah, happy Thanksgiving if I get this up before Thanksgiving. Thank you guys so much. I love you so much, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye, y'all.